For our spaghetti with Brussels sprouts, you're gonna need some chili flakes. This is a Parmesan roux, some panko breadcrumbs, Parmesan, cream cheese, some roasted garlic herb butter, spaghetti, chives, lemon, Brussels sprouts, and then some salt and pepper, some oil, and a tablespoon of butter. All right, so I have a large pot of salted water coming to a boil while I work on my veggies. So I have washed my Brussels sprouts, lemon, and chives, and now we're just gonna go ahead and prep these. So we're gonna start by just trimming off that little end of the Brussels sprout. And then we're gonna cut it in half lengthwise, like so that you have a flat surface. And I always like to kind of keep these leaves off to the side, and we're gonna mince them up later. And then you're just going to finely shred this. If you wanna use like a smaller knife, like this, like a little paring knife to like get in there, if you feel more confident, you know, using a smaller knife, feel free, because these are small little vegetables. But, you know, I can just use a chef knife. So you're just looking to thinly slice like so. And you're just gonna do that to every single Brussels sprout. All right, so we have all of our shredded Brussels sprouts. And as you see, I put all those leaves off to the side that had like fallen off. So I just like stacked them all up like so. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and give these a quick shred as well. And honestly, shredding the Brussels sprouts is like the most difficult part of this recipe. And it's not even difficult. So there we have all of our shredded Brussels sprouts. Next up, zesting our lemon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and zest this entire lemon to get all that color off. And remember, you only want the bright colored part. You don't want that bitter white pith part. And if you don't have a microplane, you can use a vegetable peeler and then finely mince it. All right, so there we have it. Lemon zest done. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and quarter this lemon. And that's it for our lemon. So for my chives, I've got them all lined up. I kind of removed some of the ones that looked a little like yellow. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this in half because they're fairly long, and then kind of just grab them all into a bundle like so, line them all up, and then we're just gonna mince them like so. So you're just looking for those little tiny pieces of chive. So just do that with the remaining pieces that you have. All right, so in my pan that I had the breadcrumbs, I'm gonna heat it back up to like a medium-high heat. I'm gonna put a drizzle of oil. And then we are going to add our shredded Brussels sprouts. And we're gonna season this with some salt and pepper. And we're just gonna cook this, you know, just stirring it occasionally. I'm gonna toss it all so it gets coated in all that salt and pepper and oil. And you're just gonna cook this for like 4 to 6 minutes until the Brussels sprouts start to get bright green. While my Brussels sprouts are cooking, my pasta is done. I'm about to drain it, but I've got my liquid measuring cup here so that I can pull out that pasta water, which is always so important. Go ahead and try and pull out about 1.5 cups. Like so. I mean, you can even see how the pasta water changes colors because it's full of all that starch, and you can just set that off to the side. And my Brussels sprouts just need another minute. All right, so now my Brussels sprouts are looking like they are done. You can see they're nice and bright green. They've gotten kind of soft. So now I have these chili flakes. If you want a hint of spice, then go ahead and add in a pinch of chili flakes at this point. If you don't like spice, you can omit it or add something different. So I'm just adding in that pinch there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stir this and let it just cook for a minute to get the chili flakes, you know, on the heat, and they start to release their like essential oils. And then I'm just gonna turn off my heat now. All right, so my Brussels sprouts are off to the side, not cooking any longer. I have the pot that I cooked my spaghetti in, didn't even bother rinsing it out. And we're gonna go ahead and add this Parmesan roux. Everyone who lives in Southeast Louisiana should know what a roux is, but it is equal parts fat and flour. And so this is obviously a very light roux. I'm sure y'all are used to a dark roux for your gumbos. So we're gonna go ahead and add this, the whole contents to the pan, the pot. And then you're gonna add a cup of that reserved pasta water. So you should have about 1.5 cups of pasta water, but save some in case you need to thin out the pasta sauce. So now I'm trying to incorporate this water and the roux, and I'm just gonna let this cook, until it's slightly thickened, about 2 to 3 minutes, and all incorporated. So my sauce has started to thicken. And so now we're gonna turn the heat down to more of a medium-low heat, and we're gonna add the entire contents of the cream cheese. And we are gonna go ahead and just whisk this until the cream cheese and the roux and pasta water are all combined. So you see my cream cheese and the roux, they've all combined together. So now at this point, we're gonna go ahead and add our cooked spaghetti. We are going to add our Brussels sprouts. And then we are going to add the entire contents of the roasted garlic butter. The entire contents of the Parmesan cheese, a big squeeze of lemon, and then half of our lemon zest. And then we're just gonna toss this all together and cook it until all that butter melts and the cheese melts, and the spaghetti is all nice and coated in this wonderful creamy, kind of cheesy, buttery, garlicky, yummy sauce. So actually this has already come together pretty quickly. If it looks like it's getting too thick, like there's no sauce left in the pan, this is why you reserve some of that pasta water. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and dump a little bit of this in there. And then I'm just gonna keep, tossing it together until everything is all nice and combined. Yeah, that looks better. It looked a little too thick before. So, and actually this is looking done. So at this point, you're gonna go ahead and season it with some salt and pepper if you want, some more lemon juice, and then you're gonna top it with those wonderful toasted chives. You can top it with some of the, the toasted breadcrumbs and chives, and then just the fresh chives. And then you can also add some more lemon zest and more chili flakes on top if you so desire. As always, I look forward to seeing your presentation.